All right, hi everybody. Welcome to the teacher feature. I'm super excited um, to introduce Dr. Crystal Dawn from California, who will be traveling to the International Herb Symposium and who has family in Ohio. And afterwards, she's traveling up to Mycelium Mysteries. So I'm super excited about having her join us for the first time at the International Herb Symposium. And she's going to talk a little bit about what she's teaching and a little bit about her practice. So welcome.
Hi, thank you for welcoming me, Susan. I'm thrilled to be here. I'm Dr. Crystal Dawn, and I am a board certified family medicine doctor. I'm also board eligible in functional medicine. I want to say that I found my way onto the herbal path right after I finished my residency. When I finished my residency, I learned a lot um, about pharmaceuticals and about prescribing and about when someone needed surgery. And yet, it occurred to me that if all the pharmacists just up and disappeared, could I still be a doctor? Could I still be a medicine woman? Would I still be a healer? Because much of it was dependent on pharmaceuticals. And so I found my way at that point to my first herbal apprenticeship. I gave them a call on the telephone to ask some questions. I was in Southern California, they were in Northern California. It was with Shatoya De La Torre, and she had been taught by Rosemary Gladstar. And the energy that came over that phone was something that my heart had a memory for. There was so much joy and so much enthusiasm and so much love, which had been lacking from my formal medicine training, that I craved and I didn't even know that I craved. And so it was a yes. And I signed up for a year-long apprenticeship, sight unseen,
I
that
love that.
involved me traveling up to uh, to do 1 week in a month in Northern California from Southern California. I had to fly up on a Friday, pick up a rental car, drive another hour to get to the farm. And the farm was exquisite. And we did it September through October. We followed the plants through the year. I learned so much, and it was life transforming. And then from that, I went on to study with my teacher's teacher, who was Rosemary Gladstar. And I found my way to the New England Women's Herbal Conference as a student and then as a teacher. And then I found my way to the International Herb Symposium, International uh, Herb Symposium. Yeah. Um, that was held at that time at Wheaton College, and to the Wise Woman conferences down in North Carolina, where I got to teach, and the Midwest Women's Herbal Conference, where I will be teaching at the Mycelium Mysteries that is happening the weekend following in Wisconsin. And I myself went on to look for a tribe of like-minded physicians, medical doctors, others who could embrace this medicine woman who was also an herbalist among my colleagues. And I found my way to the functional medicine community. So I'm board eligible also in functional medicine. And this presentation that I'm sharing is near and dear to my heart because, in fact, all the presentations that I'm going to share are near and dear to my heart because they will weave functional medicine with herbal medicine. And I myself, you can find out more about me online. My website is www. Dr. Crystal Dawn, drcrystaldawn, .org, www.drcrystaldawn.org is my website. And there I have, you'll find my retreats. and my wellness retreats where we do cleanses, we do detoxes, we do lifestyle medicine. We help to restore our bodies and our hearts and our minds and our spirits using tools of nature immersion, eating real nutrient dense food filled with herbs and plants and other aspects of lifestyle medicine and ceremony and integration circles and breath work and community and movement. So I invite you to check us out and to come and join us if you feel so called.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, I find that so fascinating about how you found your path, and I do think um that it's such a unique experience coming together in person, um and really that like path of like seeking that out. And I hope that by doing these videos and really talking about like the interconnectedness, that it will really inspire people who maybe hear that little voice like, should I go, should I not go, kind of make that leap. Because um I think it's so much, it's so much fuller than what we can get online. I mean, I think the online stuff is like good, like I'm not,
Mm-hmm,
I think it's an important piece of the puzzle. But I
mm,
think these opportunities of coming together in person are, um, they're sort of
yes,
there. And if you don't, it's not like, oh, I'm going to do that next year, or there's no guarantee about next year, so.
there's exactly. Our next retreat, that is a full blown immersion, is happening on the Afro Caribbean side of Costa Rica, where the jungle meets the ocean. It'll be the 18th to 25th of January 2026. It's a full immersion in plants as medicine. We will be eating nutrient dense vegan food. We will be doing breath work. We will be in community. We will be moving our bodies. We will be at the ocean. We
So
will
we,
be,
so is it on the Caribbean side? What,
yes, it
in
is.
Puerto Viejo or Cahuita or Manzanillo?
It's closer to Puerto Viejo. Yes.
Nice, nice. And so where will
Yes.
that be?
You sound
I'm
familiar with
very
it.
familiar. It's a second home
Yes.
for me. Yeah.
Oh, good to know. I look forward to us chatting more about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
then. Yes. It's the 18th to the 25th of
Of,
January.
of 2026.
Of 2026.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Awesome.
It's I'm sorry, it's January
Mhm.
18th to the 25th of 2026.
Yeah. Well, that's exciting. Yeah, I was just speaking with Ola from coming from Kenya, and she's doing an immersion in Kenya in March 2026. So there seems to be a theme here. So I'm excited to really, just highlight what all the different teachers are doing and what kind of opportunity. So like someone could come and meet you and then decide like, wow, there's a connection there. I think I want to go on that trip. You know what I
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So I'm super excited, and I don't know if there's anything else you want to say before we wrap up our interview.
Well, I want to share with you some of the things that I'm going to be speaking about. Um, I'm going to be offering two presentations. And one will be on the microbiome and how to nourish our microbiome. And the other will be on epigenetics. And once again, how to nourish our the foundation of our health, of our wellness, with using food as medicine, spices as medicine, herbs as medicine, lifestyle as medicine, and how they combine synergistically and more potently than when either are used in an isolated way. And I want to just take a moment and share about the importance of our microbiome, also as the foundation of the most um, potent and powerful and restorative genetic expression. Our microbiome is a bustling community of bacteria in our belly. And this isn't gross, it's actually quite glorious because these microscopic roommates help us to do the big stuff, like to digest our food and to absorb its nutrients. And let's be real, we also need to have regular, satisfying trips to the bathroom. And they don't stop there. They're behind the scenes influencers of our genes, nudging our genetic expression towards health or towards disease. And this depends on how we feed them. Are we giving them more fiber than we are giving them fries? The microbiome are the MVPs of our immune system. They help us to fight off invaders without overreacting, like drama queens with autoimmune expressions. They play a surprising role in our mood and brain health, and they can literally help us to think more clearly and to be less moody. Not only that, but the microbiome influences our hormones and it influences our metabolism. Our microbiome helps to regulate energy and to downplay cravings and to fine tune those hormonal balances.
Mm. Yeah.
Diversity in our gut means resilience in our body, and it means resilience in our epigenetics, and it means resilience in our immune expression. And the more microbes that we have, the more balance that we have. The fewer microbiomes we have, often the more symptoms that we have of dis-ease. And so we want to eat the rainbow of plants, of herbs, of spices. We want to drink and eat our fermented goodies. We want to make our sauerkraut and infuse them with the dill and with the paprika and with the garlic and with the rosemary and with all the spices that adds textures and layers of anti-inflammatory goodness because our gut bugs are counting on us and we're counting on them even if we can't see them.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's a real big awakening, I think, in this field of functional medicine, of the gut biome, of the soil biome, of the, how those relationships, diverse soil, growing more nutrient dense food, and, that whole interconnectedness of our wellness and the wellness of our environment. Um, so yeah, I'm super excited to have you join us at the International Herb Symposium. And yeah, I think it's really awesome that you kind of have a foot in both worlds. And I think that brings um, a lot to the information that you're able to share with others. It's not one or the other, right? I mean, it's just like bigger picture.
Yeah, no, it's a continuum. It's a continuum. And, I'm fortunate that I'm here in California where even medical doctors acknowledge the um, importance of food as medicine, as herbal medicine, as things that were considered alternative. They acknowledge it, even if they themselves are not experts
Sure.
in it. There's a great respect for it, and many of them are. Many of them are on this path also.
Hmm.
And one of the things my colleagues often share with me is that, Dr. Crystal Dawn, what I appreciate about you is that when I send a patient to you, and they have a bellyache, for example, you know when they need more chicory root and more in the allium family or more burdock or dandelion root, you know when that's appropriate versus when they need an ultrasound or a surgeon. And
Yeah.
I appreciate and respect that in you because there's a place for all of it.
Yeah.
And especially in those individuals who end up on chronic digestive medicines like antacids or irritable bowel or chronic gastritis, things of that sort, or chronic constipation, or you know those especially are amenable to these lifestyle changes that I'm going to be teaching because gut dysbiosis, the imbalance leads to brain fog. And then that leads to all of these other, more mood related disorders like anxiety or depression or, and then on to neurological conditions as well, or changes in energy. And so it's just all related and it all starts in the gut. And that is what we're going to be discussing with the microbiome presentation. And then we're going to move further and talk about those um, plants and those herbs in the next presentation that help to uh, enhance our genetic expression so that there will be less inflammation in our bodies and in our minds.
Awesome. Awesome. Great conclusion. Well, not to be missed. Coming to Cincinnati very soon.